Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this TGIF edition of Sports Shorts Daily. Ronnie Rants, Tommy Krysan. What a wild week it is in the state of Louisiana. I can't wait to see what happens today, Tommy. Sunday afternoon, Scott Woodward out. Brian Kelly out. We thought that would be a big story. That would linger for a while. We thought Scott Woodward's probably days were numbered, and that would be down the road at some point. Unfortunately for him, that came to an end last night. So Sunday afternoon, Brian Kelly out. Athletic director that hired him fired on Thursday. Press conference on Wednesday went national, went viral, went national, with the governor just going off on LSU athletics and Woodward in particular, which at that point you knew, okay, he's packing his bags, maybe even tomorrow morning. Turned it out to be tomorrow afternoon or evening. Um, I had friends from around the country, Tommy, text me and say, "Is this AI?" Talking about the Jeff Landry press conference where he just went rogue and called out Jimmy Sexton, Trace Armstrong agents. I mean, like, goodness. But then this morning, an 8 a.m. press conference um, with Carmouche, Scott Ballard,
Ballard.
Verge Osbury is the interim AD. A lot of people thought maybe Verge Osbury would be let go. He's now interim AD. And I got to tell you, Tommy, after listening to the press conference today, and the fact that Verge Osbury is tasked with putting together the committee and going after and finding the coach. There's going to be a 6-person committee, which Verge counts as one. There's 5 on that committee right now, including the CEO of Our Lady of the Lake, plus the ones we just told you about. Um, and there's going to be one more. It sounds to me, if Verge Osbury is picking the coach or leading the charge to pick the coach, then he must be sticking around either. And he went for the AD spot last time, didn't get it. Stuck around as a good foot soldier because of his relationship with Scott Woodward and probably maybe promises or hopes for the future. Now it seems like the future could be now. And I thought Verge Osbury was going to be let go along with Woodward. But now I got to believe that Verge Osbury is the lead dog to be the AD.
Well, here's the deal. They're going to hire a president hopefully in the next week or so. Okay, there's a couple of
3
finalists,
finalists. Yep.
Guy from Alabama, and one other. I think they're going to go to that person and say, okay, you decide what you want to do. Is Verge the permanent AD? Do we go get another AD? We got to go get a coach. Okay, so I think they're going to let some things happen. Ronnie, it is Halloween, trick or treat. For LSU, there's been a lot of tricks, not treats this week. Let's hope there could be some treats next week. But Kim Mulkey, heartbroken, didn't go to her post-game press conference after exhibition game, big win last night. I mean, it's
That
just,
was a message.
what's
That was a
next out of
message she
LSU?
was sending. That was a message
Yeah,
that Kim
absolutely.
Mulkey was sending by not going. I mean, she could have been sad and said nice things about Scott Woodward at the press conference. That was a very Kim Mulkey esque thing to do, to not go to the press conference as a sign of her disgust.
No, I agree completely with you. So, man, it's just crazy days at LSU. That's what's going on. What'll be next? Ronnie, I've been going to LSU press conferences for 30 plus years now. I don't ever remember one at 8 a.m. on a Friday, called at like 3 or 4 o'clock the day before. You know, I mean, gee whiz. I mean, it's just crazy times at LSU from top to bottom.
The Verge situation to me, I can't. So I can't imagine a scenario where Verge is gonna. Maybe he doesn't. Okay, in the in the scenario where he's not the athletic director, you mean he's going to lead the charge to find coaches? He's going to have conversations with coaches. He may even select the coach, and then you're going to replace him with another AD. No coach wants that. I mean, if Verge is the one I'm talking to, and Verge is the one I'm having the relationship with, and Verge is the one I'm basically dating, and now I decide to get married, and then you're going to tell me, hey, it's been fun, but now, oh, I'm not your wife. This is your new wife. Like, no. So I mean, unless they're going to make, and I can't imagine they would let Verge go have a press conference and be the lead dog and run a press conference if they have intentions of letting him go in the near future. So I mean, to me, it's an all but far gone conclusion that your next athletic director is Verge Osbury. I It would be the most bizarre thing ever. And if I tell you what, if they do go and it is in Verge, and you let him for the next month or two dance with all these candidates, and whether they hire one on his watch or not, like you're not going to get who you want. You're not gonna get the A-lister where Verge makes the hire, but he's able to say, "Hey, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be here or not, but LSU's a great place. You should come." I mean, well, who's gonna be the AD if you're not the AD? I don't know, but you still should come. That ain't gonna work.
No, it's not going to work. It shouldn't work. So I would think he's going to be the AD for a while. And then when new president come in, may take the interim tag off. I mean, there's a lot that's going to happen in this next month. Probably the busiest month in LSU athletics in quite a long time. And I mean, then you got all the other sports still rolling, basketball getting going, men and women, and baseball got stuff going on. Other sports are going. I mean, it's just a very different type of time at LSU and a wild
So
week. And I
Jeff,
think we got more wild weeks coming up.
so Jeff Landry was on after further review. He's expected to go, I think, on the Pat McAfee show today. Um, Jeff Landry was on after further review yesterday. Clearly, he was prepped better than he was at the press conference. He got some facts right and stuff that he got wrong the day before. And he also kind of doubled down, but he had some information to back it. One of the biggest things that at Jeff Landry's press conference at the Capitol on Wednesday that he said that got everybody's attention was, wait a minute, the state taxpayers are not on the hook for anything when it comes to the athletic department at LSU and have not been for decades. The athletic department is self-sufficient. Scott Ballard said today at the press conference this morning, as he's the chair of the of the selection of the board, he said that no LSU coach is ever going to be paid by the tax dollars. It's all internal.
Have a little
But
trouble
Jeff,
with Ronnie's connection. Go ahead.
can you hear me
Go
now?
ahead. Now you're good. Yeah.
So So here's the thing: is that Jeff Landry pointed out on Moscona's show after further review that, well, the first line of the contract basically is with the state of Louisiana. So in essence, if TAF defaults, if the athletic department defaults, doesn't have the money, then the taxpayers are on the hook. Yeah, technically that is the case, but they've never defaulted. They're not going to default. And if they default on it ain't going to be on that. I can tell you. They'll pay the coach's salary before they pay the printing bill. So there's nothing to worry about there. But um, he's making the rounds. He's not backing down. Most bizarre thing I've ever seen. He's taking a page out of Donald Trump's book. I think Jeff Landry thinks he's Donald Trump Jr. He's seeing Donald Trump be super popular and get his way on a lot of things by just not really always being super sweet and not really thinking about necessarily what he says, just firing from the hip. And he's taking a page out of that Trump book, and we'll see if it works like it does for Trump.
Like I said, some wild and crazy days and weeks to come for LSU athletics, starting with the football coach and the athletic director. They got to hire a president. I mean, I don't know that this has ever all been happening at the same time. Yes, there's been different ADs, different athletic directors, presidents, all that, but to all be in like shrunk into one, week, 2 week, 3 week window, it's a little bit crazy.
Yeah, I mean, so you have a president's search, which will get resolved in the next, 7 days or so. In that search, you got three candidates: one with University of Alabama ties, one with Arizona ties, one with McNeese ties. We all know, worst kept secret is that Jeff Landry is a fan of the president at McNeese. Most people have him as the lead dog, leader in the clubhouse if it was a golf term, albeit both the other candidates' resumes are unbelievable, even better than the McNeese president. And the reason we're talking about the president of LSU on an athletics show is the president is going to have a say on the coaching hire. He is going to have to put his stamp of approval on whoever they end up hiring. It'll be under his watch, and it is going to be a he. It's three males that are the finalists. The guy at the Arizona's raised $3 billion in fundraising, billion with a B. You got a super educated guy over at Alabama, but the thing that Jeff Landry loves about the president at McNeese is that he can balance the books and has fundraised at McNeese. Albeit there's a lot less zeros at McNeese than there are at Arizona. But McNeese was the only college institution, state institution, that was in the black last year or whatever. You know what I mean? And they were in the red a few years ago. He got them into the black. And so that got the attention of Jeff Landry 6, 7, 8 months ago. And when that happened, that's when he all of a sudden said, "Hey, that's my guy. He can balance a budget." And he's a charismatic, very friendly fella. It's just I'll put the analogy: if you take the president at McNeese and make him the president at LSU over people that are at Alabama and Arizona, that's like taking a football coach at McNeese, a football coach at UL, and making him the football coach at LSU. Well, LSU doesn't like to think of themselves that way, right? Like LSU fans want the football coach at Ohio State. They want the football coach at Texas. They want the football coach at Alabama to come to LSU. They don't want the football coach at a perceived lesser school, lesser program, smaller program. They want to steal the big dog successful guy from another institution that they feel is at equal or higher standard. You would not be doing that in this case, but it does look like it might be the worst kept secret that the president of McNeese is going to be coming to LSU.
Well, time will tell. We'll let it play out. No question about that. Again, crazy days at LSU.
All right, TK, what else is going on in the world of sports?
Well, we got Game 6 of the World Series tonight. You could have a Toronto Blue Jay World Championship tonight with Baton Rouge native LSU product Kevin Gosman on the bump for Toronto. Dodgers are going with Yamamoto. He's got back-to-back complete games in the postseason. The guy, I guess he got a rubber arm. I don't know. But Game 6 tonight on top of all the Halloween trick-or-treating. And if the Dodgers win, a Game 7's tomorrow night. Okay, so you're going to have a world champion before we do Sports Shorts Daily Monday morning. So I'm looking forward to that. Pelicans on the road, big underdogs, 10.5 points to the Clippers. Game 2 of a
No
3-game
Zion.
road trip. He's a questionable. Rumors about Willie Green getting fired. I mean, I don't know, Ronnie. I hope you and I aren't getting fired today. I don't know. I guess we kind of work for ourselves, though, don't we? And then, of course, the Saints with Tyler Shuck at quarterback on the West Coast to play the Rams. 3 o'clock kick Sunday. Rams only a 13.5 point favorite, which is a big number in the NFL, like you said the other day.
Yeah, the situation with the Pelicans, Tommy, they're 0-4. You're 4-0 going again, with the Pelicans bet against them plan for the whole year. But as long as Zion's not playing, I mean, how can you fire Willie Green? I mean, it ain't his fault. I mean, the Pelicans don't have a great roster. He's their best player. You're all in on him, and the guy doesn't play. I mean, if he doesn't play, you're gonna fire Phil Jackson. You know what I mean? If Phil Jackson was coaching the Pelicans, and they got no shot. If Zion's not playing, so I feel for Willie Green. But yeah, I mean, obviously at some point you got to win a game. He's 0-4, maybe a little too soon. I don't know that people care enough in New Orleans. I mean, imagine this. You got two buildings next to each other, and you got the Pelicans and Saints, arguably the two worst franchises this year in 2025, 2026 in NBA and NFL. The two worst teams in both leagues. And oh, by the way, two worst teams, Tommy, that I don't know when they're going to get it turned around, right? Like the New Orleans Saints definitely ain't turning it around this year. Probably not turning it around next year because you're either going to have a rookie quarterback or you're most likely going to have a second-year quarterback, and you're still hamstrung with a roster that's not good enough because because of the cap hell you're still in. So the Saints aren't going to be good for a couple of years at minimum. The Pelicans, as long as you got Zion who only plays 38% of the games, you're not going to be good with him while you got him on your roster and you're paying him. So TK, it's I know Gail Benson loves owning these teams, and she's a wonderful, nice lady and all that. May want to consider selling Gail. Maybe chop them up and sell them individually, but we got to do something.
Yeah, no question about that because there's no short-term hope. Okay, and in the world we live in now, the immediate world, and there's no short-term. It's just going to be tough. And then when you don't win, nobody's going to be showing up. Not as many people will be showing up, and so it's a mess as well.
All right, TK, tell us about Tremonti's as we get out of here.
Well, they're going to taking Thanksgiving turkey orders tomorrow. They got to order online now. You can order online, pick up, have stuff delivered. Tremonti's.com. It's on your screen there, Tremonti's.com. Pickup or delivery is available through Tremonti's.com. And again, starting tomorrow, fried turkey, rotisserie, smoked turkey, all the side dishes, the wine, the bourbon, the liquor, everything they have here at Tremonti's. You just stop by and check it out. Again, they'll start taking orders tomorrow for Thanksgiving, which is not that far away, right? All right, as we said, wild and crazy days at LSU. Like and share this show. We appreciate that a whole lot. It's radio. Tomorrow morning we'll be at Fat Daddy's in Plaquemine. Great sandwiches there, no question. 10 a.m. to 12 noon, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, as well as the ESPN Southwest Radio, Lafayette Lake Charles markets. We'll be live from Fat Daddy's. Hunter McCann, myself, Ronnie Rance, Joel Davis, Terry Beckwith, and who knows who else. We'll have some other folks. Victor Howell, I think, is coming on tomorrow. We'll have some good stuff for you. Patrick Scallon with riveroflifecapsules.com. Sports Shorts Radio. You want to check it out tomorrow. Who knows what will happen between now and then when we hit the air tomorrow. On behalf of Ronnie Rance and everybody here at Tremonti's, I'm Tommy Christ, and y'all have a great day.